Hey, we're live. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into a very special episode of the BAMF podcast. Today, Mr. Barak Blackburn joins us from Spectrum Games. How you doing, Barak?
I'm good. How are you?
I am all right, and we are playing a game called Retrostar. That Barak was you were the writer on this, right?
Yeah, I was the lead design. It was a Spectrum product, so we all had a say in it. But I did the majority of sort of what ended up on the paper there.
Okay, cool. And can you give our audience the brief elevator pitch for Retrostar?
Sure. Retrostar is we're going to go down the rabbit hole. Retrostar is a game designed to emulate 70s sci-fi television shows. So take that for whatever that means to you. So that could be $6 Million Man, Battlestar Galactica, Man from Atlantis, wherever you want to go with your 70s sci-fi television.
So permed hair and really weird eyebrows on the girls.
Sure, and weird costuming and cheesy special effects and all sorts of stuff.
Costuming.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. For both men and women. The skin tight costuming. Lots of padding and leather and all sorts of stuff.
All right, and let's see. Specifically, we are playing which of the what's the right? Is it campaign model or
series? This is the series is Galactic Run 83. That's where you guys. So this is the series is Galactic Run in the book, and this is an 80s version of it. I did for a convention. It's still the same basic thing, just the actors are a little bit older, and it taking its inspiration, of course, from Galactica 1980, that much beloved spin-off of Battlestar Galactica.
So good.
They have motorcycles, and they're on Earth, and it's not good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you admitted it, so I didn't have to. But
flying motorcycles.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of tongue in cheek in this, so don't. No one should feel free to chime in and don't think I'm taking anything too seriously.
All right. So we should probably talk about who everyone is playing. Has Aid joined us yet?
Nope.
No, Aid. All right. So we will just get going, I guess. I am playing, and if you're watching the Twitch stream, you can actually see my character. I am playing Kate. No, wait, I am not playing. I'm playing the guy.
Is it Hale?
Hale, yeah.
Hale. This guy?
Let me see what you're holding up there. Oh, yeah.
I thought I was playing Hale.
Oh.
Yeah, you're playing Hale. I'm playing the guy who was in Aliens.
Oh, Big O.
Big O, I'm Big O. And
Big O, played by Yaphet Kotto.
Yep. I'm glad you knew the actor's name because I couldn't find it. So, all right, cool. And so my guy is played by that guy from the first Aliens, and Jacob's guy is played by Chris Christopherson.
Correct.
And should we do a quick intro of those characters? Since we're
we can go. And I don't know who else do we have here? We have Rudy or Helena.
Yeah, I'm playing Rudy.
Rudy. Okay, there we go. So the basic setup of the series is that I can give it to you when we go. So the basic setup of the game is that you have your role, which is your background, and then you have your casting. Normally your casting is like 25 words. Because this was for a convention, I just chose actors. So Rudy's played by Joe Strummer. Hale is played by Chris Christopherson, and Big O is played by Yaphet Kotto. So both your background and your casting can be used to do things in game and give you bonuses. So you basically just call upon something there. So if you say, well, Chris Christopherson, was in this movie with Barbra Streisand, can I use that in some meta way? And I'll say, sure. And you can do that. So that's the basic setup of the characters. You guys can describe your characters if you want, or we can jump right in. I know we're somewhat stretched for time.
Aid joined us.
There we go.
Hello.
Hey, Aid.
Sorry, crazy linky thing didn't work, and it had a gap in it or something. I don't know what was going on with it. So.
No worries. We were just talking about who's playing who. I am playing the guy played by
Big O.
Big O. And if you're watching the Twitch, I'm on there right now. My ship's called the Eclipse. Jacob is playing Kale. His ship's
Hale.
I am not a vegetable.
Understood.
Hale's Comet. It's the jokes they're really, really low.
And Walt is playing this guy with the mohawk here, Rudy. His ship's called the Eclipse. And who were you playing? you were playing. Oh, we had a special character for you, didn't we?
Halana.
Halana.
We had a slight change of casting. Yes.
Yes. He is playing Halana, who is played by Catherine Bach of course, Dukes of Hazzard fame.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. All right, so that's who everybody is, and we've got our character sheets. So I will turn it over to you, so you can get going, Barak.
Okay, sure. So this game's a little different in that it's meant to be episodic. It's meant to be we're playing an episode of a TV show for all the good and bad that means and implies. We are playing Galactic Run 83. Now, one thing we do every time you roll dice, it's called an intention, and I'm going to track intentions. If we were playing all together at a table, I would use this big D12 I'm showing here to track intentions. Because we're not, I'll be using these. So we are in the first act of the TV show. Retrostar uses the 5-act structure, which was quite common in 1970s television. And once the acts are over, the episode is over.
How many acts?
There are 5 acts,
okay.
And there are 12 intentions, aka die rolls per act. And each die roll, we call them intentions because it's really sort of what you're trying to do. It's not about the steps along the way. It's about here's what I'm trying to do in this scene, using sort of acting terms, and you make a die roll to do that thing.
Okay, since we've got about an hour, a little bit less, should we just focus on a particularly important scene, or how you want to do it?
Oh, we're just going to get started. So
okay, cool.
We're going to jump right in. So, you guys, we're going to go to sort of the pre-credits part of the 70s TV show where something happens, the bumper at the beginning. You guys are hanging out at the Sunrise, which is the name of a Pluto. Plutos are bars, honky-tonks, diners, whatever you want to call them. In our series, the 2 proprietors of the establishment are Mama Mac and Papa Wheelie. Again, as I said, the jokes here are real low. You are all sitting around having probably some beer, maybe something to eat. You're waiting for the PO, who are the peace officers, the enforcers of the law. You guys sort of run a little bit outside the law to come in for lunch. I don't know if anyone's doing anything special. If you are, you can let me know, and we'll see if that will require a dice roll. If not, I can keep moving things along.
I'm just playing my harmonica soulfully.
Okay, there we go. Sounds good. So you're playing your harmonica soulfully when Mama Mac comes over to the table and informs you that the PO have landed and you should all make your exit. You're going to exit off the dark side to avoid the jump nets to get to your location and deliver your cargo. So for that, we're going to have everyone make a roll to see if you can get out of here. So you're going to give you +1 benefit die. This is relatively easy as this has been planned all along this way. And you're going to roll dice. The way the dice rolling works, you always roll 2 6-sided dice. Then you add whatever one of your traits you're going to use. Now, a couple things. You guys all have a pool of 2 special effects points. You can use them for the special effects on your card. We also have a pool of spotlight tokens that I will track. There are 11 of these throughout the episode. One person can use all of them. It doesn't matter to me. This is all you have, though. You have to share them. I will track the use of them. You can use them early. You can use them late, whatever it is. When you use a spotlight token, you spotlight something on your background or casting. For instance, if you were playing Hale, you could say, well, I'm macho yet sensitive. That's from his background. And you could spend a spotlight token, and that will give you 2 extra dice. So what you're going to do now is you're going to roll your 2 dice plus most likely adventure. But if you want to make a case for using thought or drama, you can. You only need to do 1 per ship. So we have 1 for the Comet. We have 1 for the Eclipse, which is Rudy and the Big O. And we have 1 for the Pink Moon. So everyone's going to make a roll, and you can tell me what you get. If you're doing anything additionally, we can go person by person if you want. I can help you out. And because I know that's one of the reasons you guys wanted to play, to see how this all works, right?
All right, Walt, since we're pilot and co-pilot, do you want to roll or I can roll?
Go for it.
I got 8 on 2d6.
Okay, well, so you're 2d6, and are you using adventure?
Yep, we'll use adventure. So it'd
Okay,
be
so
9.
you're rolling adventure, so that's going to give you 3 dice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm giving you a +1 benefit, so you're going to roll 4 dice, and you're going to keep the best 2.
Okay, the best 2 gives me 5.
The best 2 dice?
Yeah, 46. I get a 1, a 3, a 1, and a 2. So
Wow. Okay, that's a poor roll. Okay,
it's bad. Yeah.
it is bad. Okay.
Womp
Well-
womp.
Well, so part of the thing for the system is this is where interesting things come into play. All right, so let's go around the table and see how everyone else does, and we will narrate how this happens. So, who's next? Do we want Hale or Halana?
Taking the best 2 dice, Hale gets a 9.
Hale gets a 9, so you will have the choice of you can succeed and give up control of your character, or you can fail and maintain control of your character.
I will succeed.
You will succeed and give up control of your character. Very good. Halana, you see this shaking down, and I don't know how you're going to do here. You do get your +1 benefit die, so you're going to be rolling 3 and keeping your best 2. If you're just straight up using adventure, if you want to try and assist either of your 2 companions, you could, and that might be a detriment die, or you can just make it out on your own.
Okay, I will try and help out Hale and Big O. Is Big O, isn't it, on the other side?
Yeah.
So rolling 3 dice.
Well, let's slow down here. So you're going to start with 3 dice.
Yes.
Rudy, do you want to help out as well? So we've used 1 roll for Big O. We've used 2 rolls for Hale. Rudy, do you want to try and assist Big O so you can all get out of here?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you guys? So I'm going to refer to my little chart here for assisting another. Okay, so Rudy, how are you going to help out?
Where is Rudy's character sheet? So, do you know which one it is? I have the sheets in front of me.
You have adventure 0, thought 1, drama 0.
I'll see if I can email it to you.
No, I have them. It's I just wanted to make sure he's the one that was raised in the best schools.
Yes, raised in the best schools. Yep.
Gotcha. How about? All right, so these guys enter the bar.
So they're coming. So basically, you look out the window, you see the PO. Their ships are starting to land. At this point, you're going to make your exit as the jump nets are down, and you can make your way to out and to deliver your cargo. So Big O, he gets up and maybe he was in the bathroom and you can't find Big O. Where's Big O? Big O's not here. He's doing something that he probably should not have been doing. Whatever it is, if you want to try and assist him, you can.
I was in a bare knuckles boxing tournament with a chimpanzee in the back room.
There you go. Sure.
Well, since I have a real anti-authoritarian bent,
You do.
I'm going to start whispering to people as I'm making my way to the back exit.
Okay.
And saying that the Popo are coming, and try and get them herded out the back door.
Okay. So you're just going to
herded out the front door to block them coming in.
To block them. Okay, so that's going to be a drama roll. So you're just going to get your +1 benefit die, and so we're gonna give you a die roll there.
So 3 dice.
3 dice. You're going to keep your best 2.
Best 2. So a 3 and a 5. So 8 total.
So 8. So you're in that same boat. You can fail and give up, or maintain control of your character, or you can succeed and give up control of your character.
I am going to succeed because
Okay.
I want to get away.
Okay, so we have Rudy and Hale have both succeeded. Big O has failed. Halana, we're coming to you. You want to try and assist these jokers?
Yes, if I can.
All right, you can. How do you want to do that? Do you want to try and go ahead?
I'm just gonna. So I take it there's doors between us and the back. I'm just gonna just put something over the back doors as we might kind of make our way out, so that the police guys can't make their way immediately out of the back door and just follow straight through the actual central kitchen.
Okay. So you're going to try and do your thing and assist. So you're just going to roll straight 2 dice.
Okay, then I get a 7.
A 7. So you're in that same. You can fail or succeed.
Then I
You
will
can-
succeed. Yeah.
Okay. So we have succeeded now. That is roll number 4. Big O, I'm going to give you a straight roll. If you're using adventure, you can do that. You can roll your 3 dice, but you no longer get the benefit token. The PO are entering right as you're coming into the frame, and you can try and make another roll. Or not. That's up to you.
That's a 3d6.
3d6, keep your 2 best.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. So do you want to fail or succeed? So everyone else has succeeded and given up control of their character.
Well, I'd like to succeed.
Okay.
I will tuck my winnings from the boxing match with the chimpanzee into my back pocket and see where this takes me.
Okay. So everyone's in the same boat. Everyone chose to succeed and give up their control of their character. You guys make your way out the back door and get into your rigs and take off, and the credits roll. At this point, the music would play, and we would hear the narrator. Long ago, man went to the stars. With man came the need for governing. The politicians seized this new frontier and the opportunity to do it right. And for many, the Intergalactic Council is a fine government. But sometimes individuals need something above and beyond what the council allows. Enter the runners, pilots who transport goods across the galaxies, avoiding the strong arm of the peace officers. They still compete with each other for the best cargoes, but at the end of each solar cycle, this loosely united band of outlaws always have each other's backs. Music continues to play. We go to commercial. Right? Questions, anyone so far?
No, I was just wondering if there's like a montage. Of,
Yeah, just got to be. So certainly we're going to see scenes from upcoming. I don't know what they're going to be. So one of the things about this is that I tend to not structure things too much because it can all go left or right at any point in time, depending upon what happens with the roles. And if you've watched 70s sci-fi, you know that it can all go left or right, depending what happens. So Starbuck's the best fighter, pilot in the galaxy, and he crashes all the time and ends up on a planet of Amazon women. So that's our episode. That's not what's happening here, but that's what 70s sci-fi did more often than not. As I wrote this here. So you all had the same degree of success. So you succeeded, but you gave up control of your character. So we land, we come in, we see your ships. Because it was just the beginning, the intro, we're not going to stress too much about that. We see you in a spaceport, and you're, getting off your ships. And you guys all made it out barely. We don't necessarily see the special effects of you flying. We saw the ships flying off in the distance. It was no doubt stock footage. And we pull up to the spaceport. We see the rigs here, and you guys have all gotten out, complaining about this, that, or any other thing. When Hale and Big O, you recognize the person coming to collect the cargo. This is someone that you served with in the war. Everyone called him 20. And he is played by Robert Conrad of Wild Wild West fame. And he is accompanied by 3 other individuals, 2 men and a woman. They are played by Fred Dreyer, Stoney Jackson, and Tanya Tucker.
I see no expense was too small for this episode.
Well, you guys are the big stars, but they're special guest stars, of course.
They got James West, dude. Come on, James.
They did.
I know James West is awesome.
Yeah, he'll pretty much do in the 70s. Pretty much, he'll do anything. He thought he was a big star, but at the end of the day, hey, we need you to be on the show. Sure.
So knowing they sprung for this guy, he keeps his hand on his sawed-off blaster, because he knows this guy might be trouble.
Sure.
They say, hey, 20, good to see you. You ever fight a chimpanzee? I don't recommend it.
Nope. Can't say that I have. Not since the war, of course. So good to see you guys. I did not know that it would be you delivering my cargo. You guys should come on down. I'm going to have some people offload everything here, and let me buy you guys a drink. And lady, course.
You reminisce about those battles on Planet Orangutan 9.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'll stop.
No, please don't.
And he sort of, holds out his hand to Halana and is trying to charm her, no doubt. So
now, is it common for us to leave the docks while they unload?
Yeah, you wouldn't unload your own. Think about a tractor trailer. Like they're not necessarily doing the unloading. Some other people.
Correct, but would they stay because this is like a dude?
You can stay. You have free will to do whatever you like.
Gotcha.
Okay, and if this guy's putting his hand out to kind of help me out of the ship,
or he's just put his hand out to introduce himself.
Then I would just look at it, shake my head, and just walk past him and give him a kind of a quick hair flick as I go past.
All right, very good.
Sassy.
And he goes, "Well then, let me take you guys to the nearest Pluto and let me buy you some drinks."
Sounds great.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys head on down, and he goes, how's life been treating you? I see that you two are riggers. I'm 20. This is Creech. He points to Fred Dreyer. Fred Dreyer is, of course, a very, very large, strong man, former football player. This is Finger, and this is Baboom. Baboom is Tiny Tucker, of course. Finger is Stoney Jackson.
All right. Nice to meet y'all.
So I know Hale and Big O, and the rest of you are...
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right.
So how's life been treating you?
Can't complain too much. What about yourself?
Well, it's been real interesting since the old days, but
Sure.
That's the life.
All right. So Rudy.
Yes.
So you were asking a question before, so I'm going to ask you to roll your thought. So you have a thought of 1, so you're always rolling 2 dice. Adding 3 dice, you're going to keep your best 2.
11.
11. So 11 is a full out-and-out success. So you had the question before, like, would you stay with your rigs? And you're sort of keeping an eye on things here. And you didn't know necessarily what you were carrying. It was, all packed up in crates. And you sort of keep an eye on what they're doing, and you see them offloading stuff. And it looks like they've got, like, some weapons, and it looks like they've got some high-tech equipment. And something about this rings not true necessarily. So you guys may be outlaws. You may sort of take stuff outside, outside the lines of the law, transporting goods, but you're not criminals necessarily. So
do we have... Oh, I'm sorry. Did we have some sort of communications device, like something I can flip open? Because
not a personal device aboard your ships, of course, you would have something like that.
Oh, yeah, this is rough news.
I mean, you're with everyone else. Like you can. This is just we're panning around. We're seeing, drinks are ordered, and we see your character like slowly turn, and you sort of look out the window, and you're like, huh.
All right, so I take a napkin, and because I have a soft spot and a love for making music.
Sure.
Clubs. I'm always carrying a pen to write down the latest whatever on napkins.
You're always reading. Sure, you would have a book, paper. Yep, absolutely.
Take the napkin, write a note on it, fold it in half, and just kind of slide it over to the Big O.
All right.
And be like, "Yo, brother, you dropped this."
And I discreetly try to create a distraction. I say, "Look, a seagull." And while everyone is looking, I will unfold the note that Rudy passed me.
Okay, so why don't you make a drama roll to see if you can distract everyone?
And drama would be...
So you have a drama of 1, so you're just going to add 1 die, so you'd be rolling 3d6, keep you the best 2.
Okay.
Oh, 7. So you're in that fine situation of do you want to fail or succeed? You can fail and maintain control of your character. You can succeed and give up control of your character.
I think I'll succeed and give up control just because succeeding seems more interesting. So.
All right. So you're trying to distract as well as read the note, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So what does the note say, Rudy?
The note says serious cargo, guns, and stuff that will get us arrestified.
Okay, so you have given up control of your character, so you read this and you let out a deep like, mm-hmm. And the next thing we see is you taking a swing at Creech. So you can roll an adventure roll if you like. And this is not optional because you have given up control of your character.
So how many dice is that?
So you have an adventure of 1. So that would be 1 extra dice. So I'm going to ask you, so although you've given up control of your character, you are taking a swing, do you want to get into an actual brawl with him, or do you just want to like see if you can take a swing and take him out?
Well, let me look at my character sheet.
Sure. And again, we have used, this will be the 8th roll in Act 1. Mm-hmm. When we get to 12, the act ends and we go to commercial, and we would begin the next act when we return.
Let's see. Big O, short description is a mountain of a man. He is slow on the uptake, but charismatic. Background says tough, take no guff, veteran of the world and multiple wars, but you always have a smile that can light up a room. Not afraid to throw the first or last punch or beat feet as needed. Extensive connections across all levels of society. Not the fastest rig, but never. I think I'm going to be a full-blown brawler.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 3d6.
So do you want to use any spotlight tokens, or are you just good?
I'm just good.
Okay, so you're just going to roll 3d6 and keep the best 2 just to see what shakes down here.
That's 8.
8. So again, fail or succeed. Maintain control, give up control.
I will succeed, but maintain control.
Oh no, you will succeed and give up
fail,
control.
I will succeed, but give up control.
Okay, so you succeed and give up control. We see you clock Creech, aka the creature, across the chin.
That's Fred Dwyer?
Fred Dwyer, yes, former NFL lineman for the Rams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big guy. Yeah,
Damn it, Hunter.
Exactly. So you give him a cold, you clock him good, and Rudy, you're probably a little surprised by this, as are the rest of you. Basically, everyone else was sitting there drinking. You passed the Big O a note. Next thing you know, the Big O threw his chair, took a punch at Creech. Creech stands up. We see how big he is compared to the Big O. Let me see here. I can.
Sorry, guys. I had to follow my bliss.
I don't know, probably 6'6" or whatever Fred Dwyer is. So there's certainly a height difference here. You have given up control of your character. So I'm going to ask you a question. No, you said it. You said you wanted to stay here and brawl. So we're going to continue the brawl. I'm going to let the rest of you decide what you want to do in this situation. So Hale, Rudy, Helena.
Hale is going to, seeing the note right there, with his.
No. You don't see the note. So the note got passed. We made a distraction. Next thing you know, Big O took a swing, and that was that. That's what you know. Like Big O took a swing at Creech. Creech is somewhat staggered, and it's like the start of a good old barroom brawl.
Okay. If it's the start of a barroom brawl, as the tough outlaw guy, but honorable and looks out for the ladies, he is going to help Helena not be hurt.
Okay, so
he's going to place himself in front of Helena so that she is unharmed by any attack.
Okay. So you can give me an adventure roll, and you're assisting others. So there's a chart in the book on page something or other that is assisting others. So you're going to assist her using adventure. So you may make that roll. So you have an adventure of 1.
Mm-hmm.
You always roll 2 dice, so that's 3, and you're going to keep your best 2.
Okay. That'll be a total of 7.
Okay, so it can either have no effect and you maintain control of your character, or you can succeed and give up control of your character.
I will succeed because I want to make sure she is safe.
Okay, so Halana, let's go to you next. So you have a 2-die benefit to whatever it is you want to do right now.
Okay, so is there anyone within kicking distance?
Oh, you guys are all like seated around a table. Imagine your classic scene of people in the tavern, saloon, whatever. It's maybe a little sci-fi sort of, but not really.
Let's just say, Jacob's character maybe picks me up and puts me onto the chair, onto the booth chair around where we're all sitting around.
Sure.
And with that, I will do a Batgirl style karate kick into one of the bad guys' faces.
Okay.
In my full shiny purple one piece jumpsuit.
Oh yes, of course.
Because that has to be part of the entire thing.
Okay, so you pick up. Hale picks up Halana, puts her up. You're going to do your Batgirl kick. So we've got 9. We're gonna have 10. So go ahead, make your kick. So you have 0 adventure. You do get the +2 dice. So
4
you have 4 dice. Keep your best 2.
Okay. Oh, it's a good roll. It's a 10.
10. So you fully succeed. Who are you going to kick with that roll?
I will kick the smallest guy there.
Well, that would be the woman played by Tanya Tucker.
That'll do.
And if you know your 70s, the smallest person here would probably be Robert Conrad, because he is a little wisp of a man. So he's actually shorter than Tanya Tucker.
That's even better then. We'll kick him square in the face.
Okay, so you do your Batgirl kick and kick him square in the face. We will next go to Rudy. Rudy, what do you want to do?
Let's see. I have a half a dice in karate, and it really seems
half a dice in karate.
Is that what that is? 1,
Where?
2.
Oh no! That's so. If you want to use your special effects, so you have 2 special effects points. If you spend 1 point of special effects, you can use your karate, and you'll get an extra 2 dice to your roll.
Let's do that, and I would like to help the Big O.
Okay.
So, of course, he's taking a swing and doing his thing.
Yeah.
So,
Big O took so Halana took a swing at 20. Big O took a swing at Creech. We have Baboom and Finger left, and you're going to use some cool karate stuff. We'd probably see the screen to get a little hazy. We would hear some faux Asian music in the background. This is the 70s. That's what would happen. So,
of course, we're going to do really bad karate on screen, too, because it's the 70s.
Yeah, it's really slow. So I'm going to check off on your character 1 of your special effects points.
Yes, please.
And you're going to use so that gives you an extra 2 dice. Now, do you want to enter the fray? So Big O, he has given up control of his character. He's probably going to stay here and fight. Now, you guys might be able to stay and fight, or you may want to, take your leave of this place. Whatever it is you want to do, and if you're trying to assist him, we can do that. So, do you want to actually brawl? Do you want to try and get him out of here? Do you want to try and calm everyone down?
Let's use this to dramatic effect. So let's take a dude and throw him through a table.
Okay. So do you want to go after the biggest guy using your
karate? Using my karate.
Fred Dryer. So we see Big O hits Fred Dryer. We see you slowly, calmly push out your chair, begin your kata. You face off against Fred Dryer. So Fred Dryer, we're going to call him at this point. He's a 1-die obstacle. So, using adventure 0, using your special effects 2. So you have 2 positive dice. You have 1 negative dice. So you're going to have an extra 1 dice. So you're going to roll 3 dice and keep your best 2.
A 6 and a 4.
That would be a 10. That is a full success. So we see you sort of face off, and he looks down at you. There's probably an 8 to 10 inch difference in height between you, and we see you do a slow motion karate move and deck him, and we see him go down. And Big O, it is your turn to act. Now you have given up control of your character. I need you to roll me adventure roll, and this will end. This will be the 12th intention of Act 1. So you need to give me an adventure roll. It's going to have a 1 penalty. So it's going to be just straight 2 dice unless you do something to add or subtract to it. Hello?
Big O, Mike.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still in the karate fight. I'm sorry. My bad.
No. The karate fight, again, it's just 1 action. So he gave his cool karate thing. He took down Creech. So Creech is down. 20 is down. We have Finger and Baboom. We have Big O. So you've given up control of your character. So I know what you're going to do. I just want to see you make the roll for it. So,
Okay.
So do you want to just do it straight up? Do you want to use a spotlight token? Or
What does a spotlight token do?
So a spotlight token will give you an extra 2 dice to roll, but you have 11 of them for the whole episode, and they are shared between all of you.
Well, since we got about 15 minutes left, maybe less, we should probably go ahead and use one.
Go ahead.
So I'll use a spotlight token.
So you can use. So you're a mountain of a man. If that's not. So we see you, and you may not be as big as Fred Dryer, but you are a big dude. And we see you sort of come up and flex your muscles, and so that'll give you an extra 2 dice. So you are now rolling 3 extra dice added to your 2. So that's 5 dice. You're going to keep your best 2.
All right, and there's banjo music starting up as this scene begins.
Yes.
That's how you know it's a serious fight. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My best 2 would be a total of 9.
9. So do you want to fail and maintain control, or do you want to succeed and give up control?
I'd kind of like to fail and give up control just to see what happens.
Okay, so here's what happens. So you stand up big and strong, and you reach back with 1 fist, and we see you swing. You connect first with Finger and take him out. You connect second with Baboom and take her out.
Tanya Tucker.
Yeah, Tanya Tucker.
I punched Tanya Tucker?
You did. Because, again, you gave up control before.
Okay,
so
all right.
So you did do that, but then we see you, like, and you feel super bad about it, and neither of them go down. Like, you were caught up in the moment, so you did not take either of them down. You have failed your role, and you've maintained control of your character. That was the end of the act. You guys have all stayed here. We're going to cut to commercial, and we will begin Act 2. Now, any questions so far? Comments?
Good.
Okay.
All good.
All right. So we come back, and again, we see that same scene with you swinging at both of them, and you sort of miss and pull your punches. You realize that this isn't who you are, Big O. And you're standing over everyone, and it is now your chance to do whatever you want to do.
At this point, I will talk to Robert Conrad and tell him something ain't right and ask him to explain himself.
Okay, so we see you lean down, you pick up 20, and he's like, he sort of pushes you off. Because, again, if you know Robert Conrad, he is, always got that Napoleon syndrome of, like, he's a tough guy. Again, this is the guy who on Battle of the Network Stars would run the 50-yard dash and suck down a Marlboro right afterwards. So, but he's a tough guy. So you pick him up, you ask him what's up, what's going on. I'm going to make this a drama roll with a penalty of 1 to try and get him to talk here. So you have a drama of 1. There's a penalty of 1. They cancel out unless you're using something else.
So I'm just rolling 3d6.
Nope, just 2 dice. Keep your best 2.
7.
7. Fail and give up control. Succeed and succeed and give up control. Fail and maintain control. Which one?
Succeed and give up control.
Okay, succeed and give up control. So he asked you to come with him. We see you exit and go into a back room with Robert Conrad. What are the 3 of you doing? The other 3.
Hale is going to pull out his sawed-off blaster, shoot a bolt into the ceiling to try to get everyone to shut up and calm down.
Oh, okay. So So here's the thing about this. You can do that. Everyone, like, he picks up Robert Conrad. Robert Conrad says, let's go to the other room and talk. Everyone's sort of getting up after being shaken and hit and knocked down. You can use your blaster. So here's the thing. When you use your blaster for a cool special effect, you get bonus dice. When you just take it out and blast it, you can do that, and there's no cool special effect. No one's really wanting to continue the brawl right now. They've seen Big O and Robert Conrad go into the other room. You take out your blaster and assign a machismo and ask everyone to calm down. And if you want to make a roll for that, you can.
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to use your blaster as a special effect?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll
for
spend
an extra 2 dice or an extra 3 dice?
I'll just spend for an extra 2 dice.
Okay, so I will check that off here. So you're going to make a drama roll. That's a nothing for you. You get the extra 2 dice. So you're rolling 4. Keep your best 2.
All right, that'll be a 10.
10. You're fine. You see everyone, like, you blast. You see cool special effects of your blaster. It's ostensibly like
sound. I'm picturing a sound between a shotgun and an electric guitar squeal.
Yeah, and with a special effect similar to like Han Solo's blaster. So we see sort of spark off. Everyone's like, we're calm. We're good. Okay, Rudy, Helena, do you guys have anything you want to do?
Offhandedly spins it, puts it back in his holster.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna go and hang out by the door where Big O went.
Okay.
And just make sure that I can hear mumbling through the door. I don't need to hear what they're saying, but if things get like loud or raised, I can get back there.
Okay, not a problem. You don't hear nothing's getting sort of loud or raised. You're good. And Helena, is there anything you want to do?
Okay, so I am going to wander over to the barkeep and put down some clear plasticky science fiction style credits on the bar.
Yeah.
And say, there you go, sugar. Sorry, those fellas just had a little bit of disagreement. I'm sure this will pay for the damages.
Yeah, sure. Can I get you anything to drink?
Yep, make it a beer.
All right. Pours you a space beer and puts it out. It foams out over the top. At this point, Big O and 20 emerge from the back room. Big O, so Rudy, you can make me another thought roll. So you have a thought of 1. It's going to be 3 dice. Keep your best 2.
Ooh, 8.
8. Fail, succeed. So fail and maintain control. Succeed and give up control.
I'm going to fail.
Okay, so fail and maintain control. So they're coming out and you don't notice anything unusual at all. Big O looks at you and he's got this look like, yeah, like something good's going to happen here. Big O comes out and he goes, guys, I know what we're doing next. We're going to help 20 and his crew out. We are going to head to Meridian 4 and we are going to acquire a significant sum of credits from the Intergalactic Council Transport Workers Federal Union. Translation.
And what are we doing here, boss? I mean, we still working for this guy?
Yeah, didn't you just hear me? We're going to go rob a bank. Now, so Big O, I'm turning it back over to you. You said we're going to rob a bank. You don't have to say anything, Big O, but your character said this as you've given up control here. Robbing a bank is not something that riggers would normally do. This is like out and out criminal behavior. So whatever the rest of you want to do is, of course, up to you.
I'll let you guys go first because I'm not quite sure what's going on with my guy. So I'll let you guys take your actions.
Well, and again, if you have questions, I can answer them. So when you give up control, basically it's think of the scene in multiple Buck Rogers where he comes and he's just about to get married to the evil princess. And we don't know how he got there. And it's that point when you've gotten there. So you've agreed, you went back maybe you felt bad from trying to hit a woman. You've agreed to help out with this robbery. Now, it's not. Now, again, I'm putting control back in you, so you may say, "Whoa, wait, what?" And you wait, what? We're gonna rob a bank? Like, that's not what my understanding. It's whatever you want to do, but the intention of the intention mechanics is to put you in situations where you then have to act and react. So you gave up control. And you were like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go acquire some money. And 20's like, yeah, we're gonna go rob a bank. And your character might be like, wait, what? So just to let you don't have to act right now, but just giving you sort of a behind the scenes of what's going on.
I will hold action and let everybody else have a reaction to this.
All right. And I know we have to end relatively soon as well. So
up to your old quick money tricks again, 20.
Look, man. We all know that the transport workers, those dudes are as corrupt as anything. The war did not help us out at all. He's like, I'm not getting any pension checks. I don't know about the rest of you. I need to make money. Now, I don't have enough money to get myself a rig like you and take stuff from here to there. I've got another plan. So this is what I'm doing. And I'm glad that Big O agreed to help. And I think we're all going to get rich here. And you know what? So what? If a corrupt government organization loses some money, so what? He's like, they screwed us over.
Yeah. Well, you got a point, but I'm not sure I like it. How many people are going to be there? How many innocent people? And I'm not just talking about the guards.
Well, sure, that's what we're working on, and that's why we're going where we're going. If we pull off the plan just right, no one's going to get hurt.
I say to Big O, hey, man, haven't we heard this before?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Can I ask what kind of persuasion he used on me to make me agree to this? Because it sounds like I probably wouldn't have normally.
Well, I mean, mechanically, it was the fact that you gave up control of your character. So when we see you re-enter, you are saying, yeah, we're going to do this. Now, when the full realization of what it is hits you, you have free will to do whatever you like. I'm not going to say you have to rob the bank.
Okay, so I'm not like under mind control. There's
no. It's in terms of the game mechanics. It's this idea of when you give up control of your character. The next time we see you, you may have done something that you, the player, or the character might not have agreed to.
Okay, gotcha.
So you calmed everyone down. You went back, and he was like, "Look, we're gotta, there's these dudes." The transport workers, those dudes are as corrupt as anything. They're stealing from the little guy. They're not helping their workers out. We're going to try and help them out. And Big O might say, yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Then when we come out, Robert Conrad says, yeah, we're going to rob a bank. And you might say, wait, what? So
Did he explain to us why we were transporting contraband for him that we wouldn't usually transport?
Well, you guys don't necessarily, it's not illegal for you to carry this. It's not necessarily legal. The stuff you carry is frequently in that very gray area. Think Smoking the Bandit, transporting beer from, that shouldn't be shouldn't be east of the Mississippi. So that literally was the premise of Smoking the Bandit, where they're transporting beer. So then Smoking the Bandit 2, they were transporting an elephant that needed to be quarantined, and it was not. So. And again, in terms of timing and pacing, as our time is nearing, we can certainly pause it. If there's questions you guys have, we can talk about that, because I know you have to go, and we can, if schedules allow.
My wife just agreed to pick up the kid, so I've got more time. We can probably go for another half an hour, maybe 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
So that just happened. Did I get any answers about, what because we were worried that we were shipping something that wasn't, quite legit, and doesn't sound like he really explained himself.
Well, I mean, you guys can. You can ask to go take a look at the stuff. You can head out. You can do whatever you like there.
Well, I tell you what. Let's all gather around the table and let's get an idea for what the party wants to do, because I don't want to be the only guy calling the shots. So,
technically speaking, me and Jacob actually don't know there's weapons on that crate. In them crates, it was only Walt passing the note to you, and then we had a fight. So we actually don't know there's weapons in those crates yet.
Yeah, we haven't been told what the fight was about, but my character sticks with his friends.
Exactly. Yeah, I just back you up. If you throw a punch, I'll throw a kick. Simple as that. So yeah, whatever goes wrong. So
All right, so I take everybody over to a table and I give them a quick briefing over space beer about what's going on.
So, you talk to Robert Conrad. You're like, can I, talk to my friends? And he's like, of course, So go ahead.
Okay, I give everyone a quick 411, and I turn to him and say, Rudy, everybody else, what do you guys think?
It sounds terrible. Yeah, okay. No, dangerous weapons. No, someone's going to get killed, and it's probably going to be one of us.
Well, I think we're a little better than that. I see what he wants to do. I understand what he wants to do. My problem is often how he's going to go about it. He was fast and loose back in the war, but if he says he knows how he's going to take care of this, then he's thought about it, at least a little.
So so those crates in there, if they're chock full of weapons and equipment, does he need that much equipment and weapons? I mean, are we going literally to war with these guys, or do we need that level of equipment to actually fight whatever's actually guarding this bank?
Well, once you find out what
exactly, yeah. I mean,
we need to find out which bank it is. It might be one of the it might be one of the small branches. It might be one of the bigger branches where you got those robot security.
See, robots, I don't mind shooting robots.
Rudy, what do you think?
Well, I mean, just think about this. We get bagged. They're going to throw us in a deep, dark hole, and we're probably never going to get out.
All right, so at this point, Robert Conrad goes, come on, why don't you come outside with me and let me show you what we've got, and I can explain the plan to you.
Oh, you have a plan then?
Oh, of course I have a plan. So both Hale and Big O knew Rudy in the war, or knew 20 in the war. 20 was always a planner and schemer. That was his thing. He was the, sort of the guy who always had a plan going on.
Well, let's go in this exposition scene and see what he has to say, and we can talk amongst ourselves while that's going on.
Sure. So he brings you out, and we see the people unloading stuff. We do see there are indeed some weapons here. They're not necessarily like kill weapons. They're just, weapons aren't necessarily something everyone has. Most of the stuff is high-tech equipment for breaking into a bank vault and, getting the stuff out here. That's it. There's some smaller vehicles that would allow you to, once you're down on the surface of the planet, to move around easily. And he begins explaining the plan to you. He's going to go after hours. The reason he picked this location is because they have a lot of money there and it's relatively poorly guarded. Meridian 4 is a planetoid known for being relatively desolate. So I'm not saying it's a good plan. I'm not saying it's a moral plan, but it's not a bloodthirsty plan as far as you can.
So this place is a planetoid.
The place you would be going, yes, Meridian 4. Yes.
So it's not technically a bank. It's more like just like a storage place for money, rather than like a downtown bank that people are going to be wheeling around. So generally speaking, everyone there is going to be working for the company, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Meridian 4 is, obviously there's stuff that happens here. The facility you're going to, yes, is correct. It's more like a vault that would be guarded by guards and the like. It is not a bank for doing business and going in and chit-chatting with people.
Okay, well, I feel better about that.
Yeah, we can do that.
You guys sure? I think Rudy made a good point. This doesn't seem like this could go really bad for all of us.
It's possible. But think about what we can do with that money. We can put that out there. There's a lot of people this money could help.
Everyone has debts. Everyone has upgrades they could get on their rigs. Certainly money is always a nice thing to have.
The engine on my ship just screeches every time I pull into a new star system, so I think it's something that needs to be repaired pretty damn quick.
There we go.
Is 20 coming with us?
Yeah, no, they're coming as well. Like 20, Creech, Finger, and Baboon would all be assisting in this plan as well. 20 explains to you that he's the guy who came up with the plan. Creech is the strong man. Finger's the safe cracker, and Baboom is the explosions and infiltration expert.
So what are we doing?
You guys have the rigs to get everyone there and get stuff out, and it'll be a lot easier with you guys participating. More people, the better.
I think, though, that if we do this, 20s needs to be on one of our rigs. So that way, something goes weird, we can keep an eye on them.
Yeah, you want to bring them on our rig?
We can do that between the both of us. You pick them up, slam them down. I karate kick them through the floorboards.
All right, so we'll take Robert Conrad, aka 20, with us on the Eclipse, which is the name of our rig.
It is.
Since I have extensive connections across all levels of society, can I make a few space phone calls? And
yeah, and you guys don't need to. Don't need to decide which you can sort of say like you're thinking about the plan. We are in the second act of a 5-act structure, so we're not. Yes, you can make some calls. So what is it you would like to do?
I'm just curious if anything's been going on with 20 lately. I mean, in terms of plot, I'm wondering if he's gone to the dark side. If he's
Sure. So if you want to make a thought roll, if you want to use a spotlight token, you can. If not, you don't have to. You have a 1 bonus here. We're going to give it a obstacle of 1 as you're trying to find some sort of difficult information. So you're straight rolling 2 dice. You want to use a spotlight token?
You guys mind if I use a spotlight token?
Go ahead.
So when I run the game in person, I literally just put them in a bowl in the middle of the room. And there's been times I've seen players just grab them. There's other times where I've seen players ask. So if you want to use one, you can talk amongst yourselves, or you can just decide you're going to use it. And that's it.
Well, now that I am not rolling for anything combat related, I get a really good roll. My best 2 would be a total of 11.
11?
Yeah. Okay,
so so we see you sort of head out as people are continuing to talk. You sort of sneak away and get onto the SF radio, which is your CB radio, if you will, your subspace transmitting frequency. And you talk to some people, and indeed, 20, he's not lying, but he's not telling the truth. The question of, has 20 gone to the dark side? 20's a soldier. People die sometimes. Like, as you sort of think about the plan and put stuff together, and you're a smart individual, you realize that more likely than not, there would be collateral damage with this. But you would get a lot of money, and the transport workers are sort of corrupt. So, I don't know.
But collateral damage isn't really what we do.
Absolutely. That's true.
Can we issue red shirts to all the supporting cast so that they're the ones?
It is just you for the main cast. We have our special guest for the episode. So that's what you've uncovered there for information there. So while Rudy is sneaking off on the radio, what are the rest of you doing?
That was Big O, but yeah.
Oh, Big O. Okay. Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Hale, having an outlaw spirit and anti-authority, is kind of with this plan of robbing a bank. So he's gonna check over everything. Make sure he's got that his smuggling compartments are ready and available to accept loads of cash.
Excellent. All right.
And start tuning up the ship in case it needs a fast getaway.
All right. Alana?
I'm going to go back out and actually kind of make a study of the equipment that's actually being unloaded.
Okay.
And see if there's anything that kind of jumps out as being unusual, like something that should not be there or seem to suggest that it's a more difficult job than 20's actually putting up front.
Okay. You can make a thought roll to see if you can find one of that. If you're going to try and charm your way with the rough dock workers, you can use your drama. So whatever you want to do.
I will use drama then because I have one D in drama.
You do have a 1 drama, so that's going to be
3.
An extra 1 roll, 3 dice. Keep your best 2.
Groovy. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't make it. It's got 2 1s, so it's a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
You are unsuccessful, and you go over and you try and charm them, and they are very dismissive of you.
Okay, so I just kind of stand there for a few more moments, and then when I don't get any response, I just kind of like turn around in a huff and just wander off.
Yes, exactly.
Do you want to throw some spotlight tokens in on that? Try to.
No, that's cool.
All right.
Failure's okay. The plot still moves on. So, and again, any of the rest of you can try anything you like as well. So,
Rudy, what do you want to do?
For the moment, I say I'm just gonna keep an eye on 20s and stay with the rig because I don't trust this guy.
Yeah, so I wish it was more clear cut that he turned evil because we could try to set this up as a double cross to.
I think we should set it up as a double cross anyway. That sounds amazing.
Sure.
How would that work?
So we go in there, start robbing the thing, and we could do one of those cool double switches that they used to do in TV shows that were not in the 70s, like Leverage or PJ and the Bear.
PJ and the Bear, sure, yeah.
Right. So we go in, we get all the money together, and instead of putting it in the trucks, we only use one truck for the heist. The other truck we use is like the backup truck, and then what we do is we put that truck in another location, and while we're loading one, the other one is already loaded with oh my god, those like squeaky toys, the little rubber ducks. Because nothing's as funny as, when somebody goes into the back and they're like, meet me, with one of those squeaky things. So then when we make our escape, we use like clever misdirection and stuff like that, and have all the bad guys go in the squeaky truck, and then we go in the money truck, and then we have the PO, is that the police?
Yeah.
We have them confiscate the squeaky truck. The squeaky truck is like, I don't know what I was carrying. I don't know how these guys got back there. And then they get, they'll be, of course, on video making the theft. And even though they don't have the money, they can still get arrested. And then we get away with the money.
But how would the guy driving the squeaky toy truck not get arrested?
Because he didn't know what he was carrying.
In that regard, how about we have their truck in carrying whatever we were being chased after in Act 1 when we had to leave the Pluto.
Well, you're just carrying stuff like most of the stuff you carry is unlicensed. So, in the sense that like to license things and to register it takes a lot of time and it takes money. People give stuff to you because they can get it places faster.
I like that idea, though. Put all the contraband in another truck.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up for that. My only concern is one of us getting arrested.
There is that.
Or we can have them drive one of the rigs, and then we can report it stolen.
That could work. Who wants to volunteer their rig?
Or don't they have a ship of their own?
Not necessarily it does not seem like it.
Double cross.
All right. So Rudy, are you in your rig? Are you just hanging out around your rig?
Hanging out around.
Okay. So while you are there, Baboom comes over to you and starts sweet talking you. So it looks like, so that's what is happening there. So she is trying to sweet talk you, and you
can resist the siren song of Tanya Tucker.
It's true. It's true. Tiny Tucker sort of originated that whole weird lame jumpsuit idea. So with a 1 die penalty, you're going to need to make a drama roll.
1 die penalty, drama roll.
One. It's an obstacle, as it were.
So I can only roll.
Jump.
So I can only roll.
You always roll at least 2 dice. With a die penalty, you would roll, and you can use a spotlight token if you need to, or whatever. And again, failure is what drives our action. So you would roll 3 dice and keep your worst 2.
Keep my worst 2?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And I'm rolling 3 dice.
3 dice. Keep your worst 2.
A 6 and a 4.
So you got a 10?
Yes.
Okay. What was your highest die? Another 6?
Another 6.
Nice.
So I got right there. There's my dice.
Oh no, that's great. So she comes over and she tries to charm you, and you are just not having it. You are like, no, I don't really need anything, and I'm good right here. I've got a place to bunk up right here if I want to.
I've seen the jumpsuit before.
Yes, you've seen a jumpsuit before. And she seems a little disappointed, and you did not sort of fight on that that thing there. So she exits, and you are left standing there. And, we did not see punk rock and country music come together.
Well, she's a little bit country, and you're a little bit rock and roll.
It's true. It's true.
I am also going to find a way to get a note to my comrades.
Sure.
And let them know that I think something's up. Somebody just tried to sweet talk me.
Yeah, this is looking shadier the more we think about it.
Big O, do you know anyone who might be able to provide us with a spare rig that just happens or could be painted to look like one of our rigs?
Well, I do have many contacts across all levels of society. So can I make another roll there, Barak, looking for a spare rig that we can disguise to look like one of our rigs?
Tell them we're just looking for spare parts. So that as cover.
Sure, you can make a drama roll. I will give it. So, what are you looking for? You're looking for a rig that looks like one of yours.
Well, it's for the double cross. We're looking for a rig that's close enough to ours that we can maybe disguise it and leave the bad guy stranded in it. That we were just gonna do it under the pretense of getting spare parts, so as not to send up too many flags. But yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Okay. So I'm gonna make that a 2-die obstacle. So
okay.
you would be rolling 3 dice, keeping your worst 2, unless you used a spotlight token in some way.
Use the tokens.
What's the spotlight token do for me?
Extra 2 dice. So you'd be rolling 3 dice, keeping your best 2, as opposed to worst 2.
Okay, roll 3 dice. Look for my best 2. That's what we're doing. Oh wow. Okay, I got a 10.
You got a 10. Yeah. All right. So you get on the SF radio. You make some calls. You come out and. You've got a big smile on your face, and you go, I got the hookup. We hear someone. We go to another scene, and we see someone there on the other end of the CB radio, the SF radio, and we see a rig that looks very similar to yours in a garage being worked on. We see the sparks of a welder there, and the whole situation, and that's how this scene plays out. So,
okay, who's playing that guy?
The guy, what's his name, from Newhart, who is Larry from Newhart.
Okay, that was better than the idea I had. So yeah,
I'm trying to say, what's his name here? It's he's also in Blade Runner.
William Sanderson.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it. Yes.
All right. Cool. So
he usually plays your sort of guy in like a dirty, jumpsuit sort of thing. So with greasy hair. So he says, yeah, I got you, Big O.
All right. So do we need to roll to obtain the Trojan rig, or do we just just pick it up and.
Well, you've got plans to secure the Trojan rig, so it's not, I mean, if you get it delivered here, that would probably draw some attention. So, so the plan is in a day and a half, you guys would leave to go do your thing. So you've got time to do other stuff and pull other stuff together if you like.
I think we're going to want the truck delivered to Meridian too. That way, it's already in place and painted up when we get there.
Okay.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So is one of you going to deliver it? Is one of you going to go get it?
Since my co-pilot is not being played by anyone today, I will have her do it.
Well, she's not. So because it's episodic television.
Yeah.
So what we could do is one of you. So Big O and Rudy could take off, go get it, and then Rudy could drive it back, perhaps. Like you guys could go in the middle of the night and try and pull this off here. That would seem like an appropriate use of actions in order to make this happen.
All right, sounds good. I guess we construct a plausible story about how we are.
Well, you can either construct a plausible story or you can try and sneak off in the middle of the night. Whatever you want to do.
Rudy, what do you think?
We could go in the middle of the night.
All
that
right.
way we could stop for Space Burger.
Space burgers it is. All right, middle of the night.
Okay. So I'm going to need so to leave in the middle of the night. The act of getting to your ship will be a straight adventure roll from the both of you. So you can do that. If anyone wants to assist, you may assist to try and provide some sort of distraction. Rudy is not the best with adventure, so this is merely to sneak off in the middle of the night, get in your ship, and take off without drawing any attention. Once you get into space, there will be further difficulty.
Can we have Helena make the distraction?
Sure, if Helena wants to. Helena?
I can try.
Okay, so Helena's going to try and go down and turn on some of the charm, maybe ply the gentleman with drinks. So you can make a drama roll, and we'll again have no difficulty. So you're rolling 3, keeping your best 2.
Okay. So
this is a roll to assist other people.
Right. And am I incorrect in thinking if I can tag something in my background, I can use one of these highlight points?
You can. So you've used 3 of the 11 that you have.
So sexy and sassy then would be something I could tag.
Yeah.
And then I can roll an additional dice. Is that correct?
You'd roll an additional 2 dice. So you would roll
so 4 dice.
5 dice.
5
your
dice.
best
Holy smolies. Okay, cool. Right, and take the best 2. Yeah. Okay, that's what I will do then. So I'll go down and start chatting around and kind of apologize to 20 about. I'm sorry, it kicked you in the face that time, but it's.
Oh, I love a strong woman. I love a woman who's not afraid to get a little dirty.
Well, that's right. You're not going to meet a woman stronger than me. So I'll give her a bit of a wink and a nudge, and I'll roll some dice.
All right.
Okay. So right. We've got a 5 and a 4, and that's the best. So I've got a 9.
9 is your best. So you can succeed and give up control. You can fail and maintain control.
I will succeed.
Okay. So we see you having some drinks. We see Creech retire for the evening. We see Fingers retire for the evening. We see the 2 of you, and then we see you head upstairs with 20. This will give an extra 2 dice to Big O and Rudy for them to use however they like. So you can, both of them could go to Rudy, or Big O could use one, and this is a straight up adventure roll. So you have to decide how you're going to use the dice before you roll, though.
Damn shiny jumpsuits.
Yeah.
My adventure's 0. So Big O, you might want to.
Well, no. So you have 2 dice. So that means that you could take one of them and have your adventure be, roll 3 dice, keep the best 2, or you could take both of them and roll 4 dice and keep the best 2, or you could give one of the other ones to Big O. Big O has an adventure of 1.
Probably want Big O to have at least 1, so that way we can do this sneak roll and get the hell out of there.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So we're both rolling 4 dice then?
No, you're gonna roll 4. Rudy's gonna roll 3, and you're both gonna keep your best 2.
I got 11.
All right, 11 is good.
Yeah. Keeping the best 2, right?
Yeah.
11 for me as well.
All right, you both sneak off successfully. You power up the rig. We see the lights like come on very dimly, and you take off. And because you had to leave in the middle of the night and not necessarily plan your route as well as you would have liked, I'm going to need 2 rolls, and I'm going to need each of you to make one. So, Rudy, you can make a thought roll to try and plan your route to avoid the jump nets. And Big O, you're going to be the one actually piloting, so you're going to make an adventure roll to avoid any space mishaps. So
with a thought of 1,
Yep.
I'm going to have 3 dice and keep 2.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so I'm rolling 3d6.
Keep your best 2.
6.
Oh, boy.
7.
Oh, boy. So we take off, and we see the ship take off, and then we see from the side of the screen a PO ship come up and begin tailing you guys, and that is where we end Act 2. So,
Hoo-wee. All right.
Do we want to end it here? I know we have like timing issues.
I think cliffhanger is awesome.
Cliffhanger's awesome. All right.
And would you be willing to come on and finish the episode?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Assuming we can make it work. Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to, assuming you guys want me on. Do you guys have any questions about the game or system or anything along those lines?
I like the structure of the scenes.
Yep.
How you basically have a countdown mechanic to the next to the next scene.
Yep.
That's cool. Is there any cool mechanics? Because I haven't been able to read the entire book. Is there any cool mechanics for like fun commercials in the middle?
No, we don't have any of that. So I mean, the game is. I think older editions of Cartoon Action Hour had like fun, ridiculous commercials. So with this, we just sort of end the act, and you try and and as the showrunner, the GM, I'm aware of how many things are there, and there are times where I may sort of move it to a conclusion, as we did there. I said, okay, two of you, those are our roles. We sort of end. I didn't know what was going to happen. If you guys have both made your roles, boom, we're good. You did not, so therefore, something happened there. So. We do not have any commercial roles, though. That would be more for your Saturday morning, not your Saturday night, which, remember, there used to be good TV on Saturday night.
This is fun. Absolutely fun.
Yeah, I had a good time. What'd you think, Aid?
Yeah, cool. I anything that gives semi-sci-fi. I love semi-sci-fi. So anything that replicates that is brilliant. I know I've had me eye on this for a look when it was announced, since the day it was announced, kind of thing, just to see. Okay, maybe one day I'll get into it, maybe, and then never got around to it, and now I've actually got a chance to play it. I'm quite happy. So yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah,
very
so cool. I think it's a lot of fun because it gives the GM has to do a lot of work, but sort of not. Like, you just kind of go and, like, if everyone fails rolls, you're like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. But in terms of the pacing, if you watch an old 70s TV show, they're very slow compared to the way things are now. And every time they do something, the camera pulls in on them. So if they're like climbing a cliff, we see the camera pull in on them climbing the cliff. So this is your intention. It's not 15 rolls. It's just one roll, and boom, you get to the top, or you don't. And if you don't, something interesting happens over there. Because your characters have total immunity in terms of, like, you're not going to be killed, you take that away. So we ended with, obviously Halana and 20 were heading upstairs. When we would next see them, Halana would be lit with soft lights and have a sheet pulled up over her. And that's the way it was.
Whoa, we're not going that far.
Well,
I make my excuses and leave, I think you're fine.
No,
you succeeded. So.
I believe you succeeded, but you gave up control of your character.
Oh, that's true. Damn it.
So that was one of the considerations when I designed it, was getting in those moments as opposed to planning them out beforehand, but sort of because every one of these TV shows had ridiculous things like this, from Battlestar Galactica 2 Buck Rogers, $6 Million Man. We'd always your characters would always get in ridiculous situations. In the 70s in general, like Dukes of Hazzards had this too, and why is Bo Luke marrying Boss Hogg's daughter? I don't know. Like, and then you're like, what are we doing here? So it was that idea of like you come back from commercial and you're like, what? So
okay, so it's an interesting question as well. How much of a structure have you got for the actual adventure itself? Are you?
Nothing.
You have nothing at all. You don't have like an outline of what's going to happen in each scene, or a beginning and an end point.
I had I picked the actors that would play the characters. I said here they're looking for a big score. I came up with the name of the Intergalactic Council Transport Workers Federated Union. There's a high-tech safe. I came up with the name of Meridian 4, and that's it.
And is that what most GMs would find easy enough to do, or do you think most people would kind of benefit from at least kind of like, okay, this episode they're going to go to a volcano lair, and then that's kind of like the end point or the fourth act end point.
I think so. I for this episode that we're doing today, I looked at a bunch of things and I was trying to sort of capture some of that 70s vibe, and that vibe of like the former military guys who go and like, live in that very gray area of the law. That was a big trope of the 70s and early 80s. Think the A-Team as well. So that was my basic idea. But it's not railroading. You're not getting people there. The idea was you deliver the cargo and then you meet up with an old friend, which happened in 70s TV shows. But I have no idea what's going to happen in any way. You guys could have like decided you wanted to leave, and that would have been fine. Maybe they would have chased you. I don't exactly know. But I tend to just sort of have a very broad idea. I ran an adventure, same thing, Galactic Run, and they had to deliver pet rocks for Christmas. And then they ended up that the pet rocks were like sentient, and then they went to the planet where they were from, and they helped out the pet rocks, and they met the sinister, sexy scientist who was in charge of all this. And I didn't really have any of that planned. I was just like, we'll see what happens. And part of what makes it interesting as a GM, if you don't have much planned, if you're just like, here's what might happen, and then you sort of let the dice bring you different directions. So we're stuck on this cliffhanger of like, you guys failed. Like you are in custody of the PO as far as we are concerned. Like, that's it. Or maybe you crashed and maybe you're on a desert planet somewhere. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. And that's for me to figure out for when we go next. And that's what makes it interesting. And then how I bring everyone else back into the game also makes it interesting. But that's what 70s sci-fi did when it was hitting at its best/worst, which was like, that's a really weird plot element to bring in all of a sudden.
Okay, so ultimately then this is pretty much one of the one of those pickup games where you've got like 5 guys, your normal group, and one doesn't make it. So we're not playing D&D today because you don't need to plan. You can literally just go, right, this is the setting, there's the characters, you're going to ship this and then go from there, which I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's designed for if you do your work on the back end, meaning like you come up with your setting, your series, if you will, then you can then do whatever you like with that. You know what I mean? Like, it. If we played together, I would know what each of you would like and didn't like at the gaming table, so I could hopefully bring that to the gaming table. And it does take a while to sort of get into the hang of how the intentions work, because a lot of games are like, you have to do this one step to do the next step, to do the next step, to do the next step, to complete an action. Whereas this is much more like, what are you trying to do? Great, you want to get off planet. Okay, give me a roll to get off planet. And so you think of like a camera, like the camera's not like doing everything along the way. It's just doing the one thing. But yes, it is designed for that you could play it as a pickup and just be like, yeah, okay, sure, we're going to do some sort of heist where you meet up with some guys from the war. Because you guys both had the war background, so I was like, let me see if I can bring that in. You have dials. Like, each series has dials attached to it. You have a thematic dial, you have a cheese dial, a special effects dial, and you can, if you want, when you're doing an episode, just roll and see what comes up and what doesn't come up. So you have a recurring dial. So recurring dial for this series is like, you have to get away from the cops. And if you think about like 70s sci-fi, Battlestar Galactica, there was always some sort of space fight. Like, there was always that recurring. Like Dukes of Hazzard, there's always getting away from Boss Hogg. So
yeah, Colonel Decker in the A-Team.
Yeah, Colonel Decker in the A-Team. Some shows did not have that much that recurred. Some had less sort of recurring scenes and sort of stuff like that. This was all they did. So yes, it is very much designed for you do the back end work, and literally, like, I could have just rolled dice and been like, oh, so we're not going to have any recurring. So that's not to say I can't have it, but it's to say, like, let's do something outside of that realm. So,
all right. I had a really good time with this. I'd love to have you come back.
Sure.
Maybe we can do it on Friday, or maybe we can do it next week, or whatever works out. We'll coordinate that.
Yeah, Sam. I mean, I don't know. Like, I work at a school, and we are on vacation, so I have some free time. Like, when school kicks back up, it's gonna be busy for me. But you and I can communicate in email, and maybe we're going on. Maybe this is the thing, and we will pick it up in more than a week's time or something. But we'll see what we can coordinate.
All right, sounds good. Any closing thoughts, Walt, Jacob?
Pew pew, monkeys.
Pew pew. You could have played the puppet. Someone could have played the puppet. I have that puppet. I have
only
it.
if I had a puppet.
I'll bring it next time. I'll bring the Obi puppet. So.
All right, cool. Well, hey, to all our listeners, thanks for checking us out on the BAMF podcast. To our hypothetical Twitter audience, thanks for checking us out. Sorry, Twitch audience, thanks for checking us out. And
you had one job.
Sorry, it's the space beer. Catch you next time on the BAMF podcast.
All right.